Today I F'd up, the leaning cake conundrum. I still can't believe I managed to fix a leaning cake by accident, but at what cost? It was supposed to be the centerpiece of my aunt's 50th birthday party, and I had been tasked with making it perfection. Little did I know, perfection was not in the cards for me that day. As I stood in front of the kitchen counter, staring down at the lopsided masterpiece, a mix of panic and determination washed over me. My aunt's 50th birthday party was just hours away, and I had yet to even bake the cake, let alone decorate it. The pressure was mounting, but I refused to give up. I took a deep breath, trying to calm my racing thoughts, and began to mentally break down the task at hand. First, I needed to get the cake baked and cooled. Then, I could start on the frosting and decorations. It wasn't going to be easy, but I was determined to make it happen. I preheated the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and slid the cake into the oven. The aroma of sweet vanilla and melting butter wafted through the air as the timer ticked away. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the cake was done. I let it cool for a few minutes before attempting to level it out. As I placed the first slice on top of the second, I couldn't help but think about how this was supposed to be a simple task. Leveling a cake was something even a beginner could do, right? But as I continued to add more slices, the cake began to lean precariously to one side. I tried to push it back into place, but it only seemed to get worse. The more I pushed, the more it leaned. I was starting to feel like I was in over my head. Just then, a thought popped into my head: what if I used some of the frosting to hold it in place? It was a long shot, but desperate times called for desperate measures. I quickly grabbed the can of frosting and began to spread a thin layer on top of the cake. As I worked, I couldn't help but think about how this was all going to end. Would my aunt be happy with the finished product? Or would she be disappointed in my lack of baking skills? With a final flourish, I managed to get the cake looking somewhat presentable. It wasn't perfect, but it was passable. I took a step back and admired my handiwork, feeling a mix of relief and pride. Maybe this wouldn't be so bad after all. The rest of the party went off without a hitch. My aunt was thrilled with the cake, and everyone seemed to enjoy the festivities. As for me, I breathed a sigh of relief that it was over. But as I looked at the leaning cake, now safely perched on its pedestal, I couldn't help but wonder what would have happened if I had just left it alone.